around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Play action. It's Wilson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Woods, the intended receiver. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Trubisky. And a completion to Wilson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On third down, Trubisky hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Seahawks have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Play action. Now Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Rashad Penny. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Penny. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because...
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
From the 22, Trubisky. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now Trubisky on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. We're scoreless after 1.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Hey, dude. Hey.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Open man here is Foster. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt, and the Bears take over.
Rush in, rush in, rush up.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. This is Coleman. Room here to run. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now it's Trubisky. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Evan Ingram, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. No problem there on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. The run on 1st down gets them a couple up to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Wilson. It's caught. Block it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. We'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Now it's Wilson.
And the tight end is certainly in position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
27 yards there, a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah, let's get
From the gun, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson, short throw to Disley. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Short throw to Disley. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. From the left hash, this from 39. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe. Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Let's go, Buck.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He completes it to Wilson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Mike, 56.
Hey, Echo.
56.
On 1st down, Trubisky. Dorsett making the catch. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we now proceed to the start of the second half. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Lock in. Hey, Charlie. Behind us.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Caught by Wilson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Over 30 yards there. And 1st downs on 3 consecutive plays now. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Coleman. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Lock in.
They will run again with Coleman. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 16th touchdown of the year as the Bears push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 27, Wilson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on second down. Trubisky. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. On the counter, here's Coleman. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
18.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. Dorsett's got it. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. On first down, Coleman takes to midfield, but no further, just a yard there.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. For big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Handoff, Coleman, right side. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. It's Coleman here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it second and goal. From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Kill, kill, kill. Slam, slam, slam. Say.
Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Red, go.
Coleman now. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tevin Coleman. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Crunch. Lock in.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to second and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Robert Foster hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now the second down throw on target. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a third down. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is third down and 12. Here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now Trubisky on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10.
Right there, 56. Let's get the ball.
Now it's Trubisky. His throw incomplete.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That one going to be complete to David Moore. A gain of 6 there on first. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Eddie Goldman with a sack. On third down, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Open man here is Foster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now Trubisky eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
180!
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
I don't even know why this team. Hey, alert, 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 alert!
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears.